Before we jump into this episode, I want to invite you to join our community to help you become a better steward, scale to billions, and ultimately give more or all of it away. All I want you to do is to click the subscribe button right now. I love your support. It's incredible to see your comments, and we're just getting started. I can't wait to go on this journey with you. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means the world to me. Welcome to the Build It to Billions podcast, where we guide successful entrepreneurs and investors on their journey from millions to billions. We believe the key to scaling and compounding your wealth in life starts every single day with a mindset and practice of stewardship over ownership and applying billionaire biblical principles. Our ultimate goal is to help you scale and compound your wealth in life so you can give more all the way to help MVPs. My name is Brett Swartz, and every episode we're joined by some of the world's top millionaires, billionaires, and entrepreneurs, where they share their secrets with us so we can scale, build, and leave even a better legacy. So I'm excited about our next guest. She's out of the state of New York, and she's on a mission to help turn the finance and insider world kind of upside down with the insurance industry. She brings a dynamic and quantitative approach to insurance-based wealth planning and risk management. She's a former Goldman Sachs investment banker and hedge fund investor. She's a part of an elite team managing a multi-billion-dollar portfolio, developing expertise in capital markets, tax-efficient investing, and financial regulation, and so much more. Please welcome to the show with me, Wallis, Tsai. Wallis, how we doing?
Great. Thanks so much for having me. Excited to be here.
Yeah, grateful to have you as well. And for our listeners getting to know for the first time, maybe just give a little bit more about your story and your current focus.
Sure thing. So I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and I took a year off after college to teach English on China on a fellowship. And then I came back to New York City, which was obviously a big cultural adjustment, both coming from Ohio and having spent the year in China. And I started working at Goldman Sachs, which is a big New York City investment bank. And I was working long hours, developed my love of Excel spreadsheets there, and started learning the ins and outs of the financial services business. And I had a focus on banks, insurance companies, asset managers. So and insurance companies. And so I started learning how these companies work, how they make money, how the industries function. And I was working hard at my job and doing well at Goldman, but the thing I was really excited about was actually a side project that I would do sort of, here and there when I had snippets of time, which was reviewing personal financial choices for friends and colleagues who had been given these pitches about stuff they should invest their money in. And I was blown away by how often the advice they were getting was just really not great. It was either pretty bad or just not optimal. It was maybe not a terrible idea, but could have been better if you were really thinking about what is the best thing available for this person in the market. And I started doing that on the side, and that really grew into my passion. And so I decided to make that my full-time focus when I started Above Board. And I co-founded Above Board with Nancy, who's a software developer. She has brought the tech expertise, and I'm the finance person. And so together we've built this company that seeks to take a tech-forward analysis and really the truth-focused approach to insurance. And we picked insurance because I feel like it's one of the areas of financial services where it can do so much good when it's used correctly. And yet at the same time, who among us hasn't sat through an absolutely miserable insurance meeting? I think that's a very popular lived human experience where it's just oh my God, this feels terrible. And you may or may not know why exactly it feels terrible, but it just kind of does. And I had sat through a few of those meetings myself, and I was just like, man, this could be so much better because the products themselves used correctly can do a ton of good, but so often suboptimal outcomes end up reigning supreme. So how do we fix this problem?
Absolutely. That's what we're going to be talking about today. If you want to connect with Wallis right now, you can go to aboveboardfinancial.com /billions, aboveboardfinancial.com /billions. And that's really interesting, right? So you've had a chance to be at Goldman Sachs, had a chance to see, poor financial pitches, maybe, really good ones, right? And it's probably trained by the best of the best at Goldman Sachs. And so what's the number one secret, I guess, to cutting out, you call it the no BS insurance kind of either mindset or framework? Let's start with that and we'll work our way through.
Yeah, sure thing. So the way that we approach insurance in some ways incorporates some of the skills that I learned at Goldman Sachs, and in particular, thinking about risk and working in the hedge fund, right?
So if you like this little short clip of the interview I just did, click over here to watch the full interview. And please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much, everybody.